Hi guys, and welcome back to Forget Me Not. Okay, so this game's really fun. I'm enjoying this so far. And where we last left off, our main character Emmett was wondering if he could ever be friends with Michael. So let's continue the story. Some part of me would like that. As much as I like being with Sky, it would be nice to branch out a little. He seems charismatic and outgoing like her, but he can also be quiet too. However, sometimes there's just some people you're just better off listening to than actually engaging in a conversation. It's better if I just stay away. Time passes, and the bell rings. Sky and I are walking out of the lunchroom before we part ways. We have a couple of halls to turn down, but for the most part, there's a while before we have to say goodbye. Your friend seems nice. He's not really a friend, you know. Wait, you mean like that kind of friend? She says in a hushed, almost serious voice. Oops, my voice wasn't hushed. Though I don't really know what she's though I don't really know what she's insinuating by this. What? My mistake. Never mind. What are you trying to say then, Emmett? Well, I don't know. Jose came by, roughed me up a little. After they left, he helped me up, I guess. Jose? Doesn't he ever stop messing with you? Apparently, no, he doesn't. I swear. Sky lets out a frustrated sigh, then softens her gaze slightly when she looks at me. Well, anyway, he seems like a nice guy, Emmett. I don't think you should shrug him off or anything. You guys could be friends. Yeah, but I don't know. Well, I'm not forcing you to make friends or anything, but just giving my opinion. She shrugs and smiles at me, but it's not like her usual smiles. It's kind of sincere. Anyway, what did you mean by that kind of friend? Ah, ha, ha. Oh, nothing. I mean, sometimes, people love each other, and it's not always like, let's say, Adam and Eve. She pauses for a moment to let me catch on. I bite my lip and look around the hallway, making sure nobody is peering into our conversation. You're trying to imply that I'm gay? I'm not trying to imply anything, Emmett. When you said your face was all like, you guys just sort of had that vibe, I guess. Maybe it's just me getting into certain stories and stuff. I sigh, then shake my head, and before we know it, we're already at the intersection we have to split up at. We wave our goodbyes and then part ways. While walking down the hallway by myself, I realize that I don't really try to defend my heterosexuality, but I guess I've never really thought about it. Reflecting on it, personally, I wouldn't choose someone by their gender. So to me, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not sure what that makes me, or where that kind of idea fits in, if it makes sense. But I doubt I'll really get in a relationship anytime soon, so it's best not to think too much into it. The time finally arrives when it's the last period of the day. Thankfully for me, 11th period is study hall. Teachers don't usually care whether you show up there or not, but if you get caught lurking around, you'll probably end up with a detention. Either way, I'm actually the last person they decide to write up, so I'm pretty okay with where I spend my time. Pick a location. Class, gym, lunch, library. Let's go to... Fuck. Class? I walk into my study hall class right before the bell rings. It isn't so bad. It's quiet. As I'm about to set my things down on my desk, I start to wonder. Maybe I can go on the roof today. At our school, the roof isn't so much an off-limits place since it's bordered with tall wires, but you usually need a key to get up there. Under some circumstances, the doors are unlocked after the painting class sprays their charcoal drawings or other art projects. Usually after school, security will come and lock the door so the art students leave it for them. And that's when you can get on the roof. It's worth a shot to check today. A shot of fuck. I can't even fucking read anymore. Instead of putting my belongings on my desk, I pick them up and slowly make my way out of the room. The door's open today. I cautiously go through the door, go up the dark steps, and meet the light on the school rooftop. Something about being alone on the roof something about being alone on the roof is calming for me. I'm doing way fucking worse than I did when I did Sci High. It lets me forget everything in the now. When I look down at the world below me, I can forget the stuff that gives me anxiety. Every once in a while, standing on the quiet rooftop is just a nice cleanse for me. There are certain places in the world that give you a feeling like no other. Those places connect to memories of a happier time, or of a good memory that you can't forget. Almost like that day so long ago. Wouldn't it be nice, I keep thinking, to meet that kid again? There are just some people you've known in life that you like to get to know again. You want to know where they are, and you want to see how they've grown. It's strange how you can waste your time caring about someone you barely knew. For all I know, he could be a completely different person now. It's kind of funny. I don't usually think of sappy stuff like this. If someone said the same thing to me, I just write it off as a stupid childlike dream. It's hypocritical, I know. I can't even admit to myself or anyone else that I still think about a complete stranger. But somehow, I can't ever bring myself to forget about this. This fairy tale like vision that I daydream about to pass the time. Sigh. It would be nice if the weather wasn't so gloomy, but it's been a while since I've been up here. I'm about to walk further in when I notice the presence of someone on the saturated roof. Is there somebody up here? Immediately, my calm attitude suddenly converts into panic. I really shouldn't be worked up over it, but for some reason, this sort of thing happens when people tend to interrupt my happy place. I try to calm myself down and figure out whether or not this someone is a threat. Walking silently away from the door and more into the openness of the roof, I see someone staring out into the sky. Before I know it, I'm close enough to this person that I can see who it is, and my eyes grow big in shock. Of course it's fucking Michael. Hey you! Quiet over there! You're making too much noise. Emmett? How did you... The door was open, obviously. Emmett looked so fucking ticked off that he's here. Ah, right. Dot dot dot. I'm sorry, did I disturb your peace? Somehow when I say I sound slightly cold. Maybe I'm just feeling down. I'm probably just disappointed with the fact that it's not likely we can really be friends, I guess. Even though I'm talking to him now, he'll probably walk away soon. Well, no, not really. I got surprised, that's all. Michael takes a deep breath, then sits down on the dry concrete. He looks at me, then looks up at the sky, slowly clearing away. It's still a bit dreary like usual, but the air is nice, and the sky somehow looks pleasant. There aren't any kids on the school grounds, and the streets below are completely silent. It would be awesome if it was nighttime. All the stars in the dark night sky, and, and being this high makes it even better too. I look out at the sky along with them, and I realize that we have more in common than I thought. Quiet night skies must relax us both. Hey, sit down. Michael stares at me and smiles while lightly patting a spot next to him. Okay, this game is really cute, but sometimes the fucking text, it's just, yeah. I mean, I understand. Maybe they don't have a translator or anything, or they don't really go over what they put, but yeah. That's the only criticism I have for right now. He isn't asking my opinion, but I do have a choice whether I want to or not. Somehow I listen to him though. I sigh, then sit down next to him, pushing my belongings aside. Oh, it's so fucking gay. I love it. Why the fuck are there mountains? Where the fuck is this? Colorado? North Carolina? Some bullshit place? No, no, no. They said it was rainy. Um, I don't fucking know where it rains a lot. Northwest, I guess. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. When I'm up here, I usually can only be by myself. If I'm with anyone else, I guess it's just uncomfortable, so I end up leaving. I don't feel all that comfortable with him, but somehow I feel I can get past that. I'm not as nervous with him as I usually get around complete strangers. He glances back at me with a face that's almost cold as ice. It's not menacing or anything, it has a more of a serious tone to it. I blink several times, wondering what he's trying to insinuate with those eyes, and furrow a brow at him. What? Dot dot dot. He sighs and closes his eyes. You don't remember me, do you? His words seem to go through one ear and go out the other. It's so clear and crisp, yet it's so hard for me to comprehend it. Remember? Him? Should I know him? We've encountered each other many times during the day, but for a fact we acted as if we were strangers, and that feeling I had about him. What does this all mean then? With the look of confusion that draws upon my face, he notices it and just sighs. I don't want to make him feel let down or anything, but in all honesty, I don't know who he is. How the fuck do you not know? I apologize. I don't. Michael gives a sympathetic smile and stretches out a bit, as if his serious question took a lot out of him. It's cool. I doubt you really would anyway. I mean, it was a long time ago, and we didn't really talk for long or anything. For all I know, you're probably just another kid in Oregon named Emmett. So, what are you talking about? We've spoken before? When? I defensively yell at him as I turn myself all the way to face him. He seems taken aback and also realizes how loud my voice is. Yeah, about 2, maybe 3 years ago, I used to be your next door neighbor. I was launching stuff with mini rockets and I thought it landed on your roof, so I guess we hit it off from there. Turns out I actually hit my own window. Yeah, my mom was pissed. Dot 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 dot. You? You're that kid that was on the roof with me and you didn't tell me? Well, calm down, man. I mean, I tried to talk to you, but I didn't think you remembered. I mean, it was so long ago. Why are you being so defensive about it? I'm not being defensive. Dot dot dot. I sigh heavily and try to catch my breath. Oh, come on. Granted, I was being slightly uptight about the whole situation. But for the longest time, I've always dreamed of meeting that person again, and now that I have, he was shrugging it off as just a mere coincidence or just a trivial matter. When in, pers- my pers- when in my perspective, it was a pretty big deal for me. I bite my lip and look Michael in the eyes, with a stare intense enough to puncture into his soul. It's kinda creepy, but I don't know how else to tell him how I feel without being mildly melodramatic. I I just never knew who you were, so for the longest time I wondered about it. I was always antisocial and kind of mentally and socially isolated. I don't know, but when I talked to you, I just started to open up. Really? I did that? Michael's eyes grew big and his mouth gaped slightly open. He places a hand around his head gingerly like I struck a nerve. The look on his face is priceless. He's acting as if I gave him a grand medal or something. But since you refused to tell me who you were, don't even think about me thanking you. I put on another of my sarcastic smirks that couldn't help slip out. I couldn't help slip out of the out in the dramatic moment. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! You're so cruel. His eyes went in displeasure at my thievery of a heartfelt moment. But I guess the thought counts for something. Apparently he was touched. I told you I bite. Michael sighs and we sit in a little silence over a moment. We soak up the sky a little bit longer, then prepare for the continuation of the conversation. Well, to make up for not telling you right away then, Michael gives me a huge grin and pulls his arm over my shoulder in a strange male bonding fashion. We're going to be friends. Friends? This guy? This guy is crazy. That's what you wanted, right? Not really, actually. What am I kidding? Of course I wanted to be friends with him. Not to mention the fact that I finally figured out his true identity. Well, but friends? Being friends would be nice. I'd like that. Michael chuckles to himself, then pulls his arm away from me. Oh man, I was beginning to think I'd have to transfer out of this school too. But today I guess I really met some cool people. You don't mind if I sit at your table more often? Something felt really nice about this, making a new friend. Yeah, sure. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Oh, that's so fucking gay. I love this. I love it. And even better, the mystery of the nameless kid on my roof has been solved right then and there. I like being on the roof to get away from problems, to forget things, to run away. But today, I came up here to meet someone from the past, to smile, to make a friend. Dot 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 dot. Mother, I'm home. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. The Noack family residence. All right, I'm gonna leave this episode off right here. I think this is gonna be a short episode compared to the last one, but now we got to know Michael a little bit better. Emmett finally realized who the fuck that kid was on his rooftop ages ago. So I think that's a very good place to leave off at. So until then, I will see everybody in the next video. Have fun, be safe, enjoy yourself.